this thing up. Started back up and running. I hope this is working this time. Post-game live. Knicks off-season central. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man J.Ellis from the Nick of Time show. J.Ellis, this is another emergency live stream. I thought when we got off on Sunday, I thought we was just going to pick it up on the Begley show tomorrow night. But so much has transpired between now and then. We had to reconnect, my dude. How you feeling, man? How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm still a little weird. I'm getting better by the day. It's only been a day. It feels like it's no longer. But it's a mixed bag of emotions, CP. It's a mixed bag of emotions. I've been watching video of GMs crying on camera. Like,
woo,
dog. And then I'm hearing Rachel Nichols talking about Steph Curry was holding back tears, trying to talk about the KD injury. And it's like, dog, it's been. So, I mean, first and foremost, I feel really bad for KD. You know, he's terrible. He has pressure to be the greatest. He tries to come back and help his team out, and came back too soon, obviously. And now it seems like his career is at a crossroads, and it kind of sucks.
I mean, I said this morning because I had to do another emergency live stream this morning to just get my thoughts off. And I just said, just imagine being an athlete, being KD. You know, you're under pressure to win a championship, to three-peat with your team. You got the free agency speculation, everybody talking about it every day. You can't watch TV. You can't be on the internet. You can't be on the gram. Can't be on Twitter. You can't be on anything because it's all about you. It's a lot, man. And then for this to happen now, man, I mean, I know KD just want to like duck away somewhere and hide, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. He's engaged. He's an engaged guy. He's not that guy.
Yeah.
Shut off social media. He's watching television. He's on Instagram. He's one of those guys, man. Facts. It might be time for him to just shut it down.
I mean, I can't believe. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw it because he looked so good in the game. You know, he looked great. He was torching everybody. He was giving Kawhi Leonard the business. Anybody that was coming at him, even remotely close to him, was catching it. And then for that, when you saw that right foot plant. And then did you see this? Did you see the slow mo replay when like you saw like the implosion on his calf? It's crazy.
I couldn't do it. I can't watch stuff like that, man. I can't.
Crazy, man.
It was too much.
I was hoping it was camera tricks or somebody was editing it or something, but nah, it's real deal. So it's what we're hearing right now is that I think he's coming out here. It's hospital special surgery.
Yeah.
To go see a foot and ankle specialist or something like that. Also the Nets team doctor, but whatever. Hopefully, you know, he gets the right opinion and gets the right treatment for him, man. So that's where we are on the KD front. But most importantly for us, what does it mean for us, man? What do you take from this injury as it pertains to free agency? Today is June 11th. The moratorium of free agency starts on June 30th, which means we are 2.5 weeks away from our fates being decided as Knicks fans, man. So what do you take? What do we do now? Where do we go from here, JLs? What's your plan?
Obviously, the deck just shuffles completely, right? Like priorities change and the deck shuffles. Like first and foremost, KD and Kawhi were kind of on an even playing field as far as who's the best free agent to get at the top of the summer. And now with this KD injury, Kawhi becomes the number one at this point, I guess, in everybody's eyes. So the priority shift for not just the Knicks, but for every NBA team out there.
This was a game changer.
Yeah.
This was a league-wide game changer for everybody, man. Everybody.
Including Golden State, because even Golden State is in this weird position where, like, they took all their cap and they invested in these top-heavy guys, and now they're in a weird position where they barely had enough to get to the finals because KD was injured, and now you might have to think about reinvesting it back into KD and not be able to build out your team.
Yeah.
So
what happens with Clay?
right.
They could even be dealing with it. It's crazy, man.
So it really affects
everything, man. And I agree with you. Kawhi should be the focus. I'm definitely hoping that they get a meeting with him. We heard Chris Carter earlier this week, who, has his fair share of terrible takes, but he is familiar, is close to the Kawhi Leonard camp. And he's been credible in that regard last year. So he thinks we should be able to get a meeting. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens to be determined.
I wasn't not high on getting him. Of course, I'm high on getting him, but I didn't think that we would be able to get him. But listening to him made me think, well, maybe it's more of a chance than I thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Apparently, he said that the Knicks actually have a better shot than everybody else thinks.
Yeah.
But in his version of the Knicks getting him, it was pairing Kawhi with KD. Now, obviously, now you have to rethink that. Now you would think, all right, if we really do go after Kawhi, then you're thinking Kawhi and Kemba, maybe,
potentially.
Mm-hmm. And so that might be plan A.
Yeah.
Possibly in the Knicks future.
Well, the question is KD plan A still? I think that's the question of the night, man. That's what we need to get to the bottom of. What do we as a fan base, what are we hoping for with all this that just transpired? Do you guys still want to go after KD as a primary target? That's the question of the night, J.Ellis. What do you say in that regard?
Oh, for some reason they said I can't. Will from LI said I can't. They can't hear me on the phone.
They don't hear you on the phone.
Yeah, but I think YouTube hears me because everybody says is the same thing.
Okay. But, shout out to everybody on the phone. If you can hear me on the phone, just give me a thumbs up or something.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Go ahead, J.Ellis, on your KD topic.
Okay, so as far as the KD thing, whoo! Like, I know Stephen A. and everybody was like, you have to go after KD no matter what, even if he's injured, wait a whole year and still go after it. Like, I want to see, A, what the medical records say first, and B, I have to put some type of revisions in that contract language, man. I have to have some type of injury clause, something to protect myself. I'm not going all in 5 years on KD, you know what I mean? Like, I might do a year or two, and then with some team options or injury provisions or something like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
And even on top of that, and even if I do that, then I'm not even really banking on getting a second max free agent right now. I probably just re-up on some 1 years and see what happens. And then, like, keep the team together, keep the young guys, and try to re-up next season when AD's available.
This morning, man, I was against it, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was totally against it because I just feel like, here we go again. I just feel like this is the total Knicks move to go out and now go give this player a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Coming off of a serious injury.
Yeah.
At 32, 33 years old by the time he's ready. 7 feet tall. Already broken bone in his foot. A major foot surgery that he had a couple years ago. And now you're talking about an Achilles injury. Listen, I know this is the top dog in the league, man, but I'm just like, I just feel like, man, it would be just all luck, man. It would be just all luck.
I know, man.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it anymore, man.
I don't blame you, man. I can't. I don't blame you.
It's a tough call.
It's a very, very tough call. It's a lot of tough decisions. I mean, like, all in all, you would think of it as you would think of it as a KP situation where the pressure is off to win now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we do a KD thing where we know he's just here to rehab, the pressure is off to win now. The kids have time to develop even more. Their value in stock can rise, and then we can really figure out who are we really able to keep, a year later. If Kevin Knox, something happens when we trying to trade for AD or whatever, Kevin Knox can come out and be a stud next season, but we traded him too early. Yeah. If we give him a year, maybe he's really something next season. Who knows? Yeah. So, I mean, that's another way of looking at it.
It's true. That is another way of looking at it. I have seen that in some fans' predictions or hopes. You get KD, you hope you sign him, let him rehab for the year, let the young guys get some shine. You still sign some people because, remember, you still got to use 90% of the cap. You still got to use 90% of the cap. So roughly 60+ mil at least has to be used. So maybe you do go out, get some pieces, let them build together. You could still, if you're only going a KD route, you could still wind up in the lottery, maybe even win the lottery.
Right. I would actually get bets. I wouldn't go full bottom out though. I would probably sign a few vets this year, and to get some more experience in here to actually teach these kids, because you saw what it had. You saw what it did for Mitch when DeAndre Jordan was here.
Yeah, no, we absolutely need vets. We talked about it on Sunday. We need vets at the 1. We need vets probably at the 3. We need vets at the 4. I'm thinking about Millsap,
right?
Randall. I think Millsap would be a nice get if you can get him on a 1-year deal. He might go ring chasing, or he maybe even stay with the Nuggets. Who knows?
For real. And I would do some combination of signing some vets, and also shout out to Sweeney, and maybe taking on a bad contract.
Yeah.
To get some more first round picks involved as well for taking on that bad contract. Of course, an expiring bad contract, right? Not like a 3, 4, 2 year, like an expiring bad contract that's worth 20-something mil or something like that.
Yeah.
Just so we can get a pick attached to it, and then even have even more picks or more ammo to make a trade later or just draft.
Yeah. So that's why you would just go with the 1 max, park KD, let him sit for however long you need to sit, and keep the rebuild going at the same time, helping to develop the kids. I hear that. I hear that. It's such a gamble, man. Such a gamble, man.
Yeah, that's why that injury clause the injury clause will have to be in there somewhere.
Right.
But then because the news is that the Knicks aren't the only ones still vying for KD's attention, even with the injury. Mm-hmm. So you figure there might be some teams who are desperate enough to not have the injury clause in there with them.
Right.
But I don't know if I'm that desperate.
I hate, man. I hate. So that is the crux of tonight's episode. This is what we want to hear from you guys, the fans. The phone lines are up, 657-383-1509. The people on the phone should be able to hear J.Ellis right now. Salute to everybody watching, man. This is the off-season central. CP from Knicks Fan TV, my man J.Ellis from Knick of Time Show. If you're a diehard Knicks fan who loves to talk Knicks news and rumors on this most important off-season of the year, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Give us a thumbs up on this video and share these videos, man. Very important to share these videos. So salute to everybody. Let's go first person on the line. Yo, we haven't heard from him in a while, J.Ellis. Oh, man, what? Max from the Bronx.
Hey, what up, man?
The president of the Frank Ntilikina fan club. We'll see how long that lasts. He's back.
I mean, this changes everything, Frank.
This changes everything.
Frank still might be here after all this, man.
Hey, this does change everything. Max, how you feeling, bro?
Oh, my God. I'm great, man. I've been watching you guys from afar. I'm always paying attention, but these women, man, they take up all your time, You know how it is.
I hear that, man. So where are you at on this KD thing, man? Are you still with the plan, or no?
J.Ellis, I was watching your Instagram. Like, I'm not CP. I was watching your Instagram, and I was like, yo, this guy might be right, man. All right. I'm like 50-50. Like, I really thought like last time, I was like, oh, maybe you still offer it to him. But that's like the most serious injury a basketball player can have right now.
Yeah.
That messes up everything for you.
That messes up everything.
Like look at Boogie. Boogie doesn't look good.
Oh,
Boogie
he looks
don't
terrible.
look good. Boogie hasn't looked good. He looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're talking about Boogie's an inside-outside player, but Boogie is more inside. KD is a perimeter player. So it's like that injury is super, super serious. So I say this, right? One, you definitely don't trade for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, you want to come here? We'll see you next year, 2020. We're not trading for you. I'm sorry. We're not giving up the moon and the stars for you. It's just not happening. You have to go after Kawhi hard. Like, you have to tell him, what do you want? You want 5 years? Whatever you want, you get. And then you can try to sign KD along with Kawhi. Kyrie, I told you about Kyrie. Like, I remember talking to you about Kyrie. I don't trust the guy. He's weird to me. You know, he's weird. He does weird stuff. He's just a weird guy. He's weird. He's going to go to Brooklyn Nets and do the same shit he did in Boston, and their team is not going to win nothing. So forget that guy. But you have to go. You have to think about it. You're like, Kawhi, please come here. We'll sign you. KD will rest for a year. We still keep all our guys, keep all the young guys, let them develop. And then that's the best case scenario. You don't want to trade for AD. You know how much you're gonna.
No, I'm not trading. I'm off the AD trade.
Yeah, that injury kills the AD trade.
I'm not with the AD trade. I haven't been with the AD trade.
I was still in it depending on the situation, but this situation makes it even more of a gamble. So I'm out.
Facts. And appreciate the call, Max. We got a lot of callers, so I want to make sure we hear from everybody. So just keep it as brief as possible. Once again, shout out to everybody in the chat. We had some technical difficulties earlier, man. YouTube was acting funny. They wouldn't let us shine on our 8 o'clock show, but everything seems to be fixed right now. You know, we rolling with it, man. Shout out Frank Wilson, Knicks 1904 in the chat. J.Ellis, what's going on? Gladiator PR, Jason M, Eddie Roldan. Michael Henkel, what's going on? J.Ellis, who you got in your chat?
John Talento, Ricardo Custer, Craig Williams, my guy number 1 KOT show holding down for a chat. Enzo 954, House Flynn, Will from LI, Chipper Howell, Manolo Boquets. What's going on, man? Grand Dunbar, Gregory W, Victor Thompson, Full House, man.
Biddy Valdez, what's going on? Everybody throw your cities in the chat. Let's see where you guys are coming in from. If you guys are new to the chat, hit us with a hashtag new so we can shout you guys out. Sometimes we miss them, chat goes so fast, but we appreciate everybody for coming in, man. Check out tonight's fan poll. It's in the top right-hand side of the screen. You want to go for KD? Do you not want to go for KD? Yes or no? Real simple. Vote in tonight's fan poll, and we'll read the results when it's over.
I got to make my fan poll.
Yeah, make your fan poll, JL. You still got time, man. You still got time. All right, before we get to the phones, let's just... shout out some people real quick. We got San Jose in the building. Somebody said they're in Rikers. West Palm Beach. What's going on? James Howard, South Carolina. What's going on? Mark from the Philippines. Salute to the Philippines, all the way out east. Okay. Love, hate, peace of Shaolin, Staten Island. What's going on? Stephen Gutierrez says North Korea. I highly doubt it. They're not talking Knicks.
North Korea?
If you were in North Korea, you'd be watching Dennis Rodman highlights all night long. For torture. You'd be watching Rodman highlights, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man. Chris Smooth, Miami. Shout out 305. Oz down there in Perth, Australia. Shout out to everybody, man. All right, let's go back to the phones. Guillermo from Brooklyn. You're up next. He wants to talk about free agency. How you doing, bro?
Yo, it's good, man.
Chilling. How you feeling?
Yo, I'm good, man. This is the perfect time for the Knicks, man. Like, look, what happened with KD is terrible. The owner and that team, they set him up. You know what I mean? Like, they used him like cattle. It's messed up. They probably lied. Whatever. It's a messed up situation. But, again, this is perfect for the Knicks because every time we try to cheat our way into prominence by getting a bunch of free agents to save us, it never works out.
That's what I said today,
This is a perfect time for the Knicks to build.
Yeah. That's what I said today, man. I was like, look at it like a blessing in disguise, honestly.
Look at what was happening with Donnie Walsh. We had a small little thing budding up until we sold everything for Carmelo. And look what happened with that. The only free agent that I will go after is Kawhi Leonard because he's that transcendent and he's that great of a player on both ends of the floor. Like, you see how Toronto's playing at a whole different level just because of just even the confidence and the stability you have in Kawhi Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
But with me, man, if we can't get Kawhi Leonard, man, you build it from the ground up. You're going to get R.J. Barrett or the guy I want, Ja Morant. You build your philosophy, you build your culture, you build your defensive identity. You get the Marcus Morris and you get the Patrick Beverleys, those type of role players.
Defense.
Exactly. You speak to you. Look what happened with the Clippers. The Clippers try to tank. They tanked into the playoffs. Like, I would love for the Knicks to tank into the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, because your system, your front office, everything from top to bottom is so strong. So this is a perfect time for the Knicks. Everybody wants to cry. Look, KD is a transcendent player. His talent alone is top 5 to me that I've seen just naturally. But look, it's not going to happen. You don't give a contract to a guy who first had that Jones foot injury, and then he has this.
That was a major foot
Achilles,
surgery, man, and he's 7 feet tall. That was a major injury.
So, yeah, man. So you look at a guy like, you know who I go through? You see this kid, R.J. Barrett. This kid seems hungry.
Yes.
He has the fire that we all wish Kevin Knox would have. This guy wants to be in New York. You feed that guy. You pump that guy up. You build your system around that guy. You have him as your defensive stalwart too. I know that, he has the talent to be that. Did he show that Duke? Maybe not all the time.
Yeah. But
you build up your youth, man. It's a youth movement with these Knicks, man. We're not going to come and get a savior to come and play these guys. And the last thing I'll say is underrated move that I would make. If Kyrie goes to Brooklyn, I would consider giving a contract to D'Angelo Russell. And I'll say this. I know people are going to kill me. But D'Angelo Russell, the way he had those young kids galvanizing around him this year, I didn't see. And Kyrie Irving is a better talent, but Kyrie Irving played with a bunch of talented players, more talented players in Brooklyn, and no one wanted to play with Kyrie Irving. The way that those kids on the Nets, and a bunch of guys got injured on the Nets, the way they play around D'Angelo Russell, I'm not saying you do it, but it's something to consider because you go after Damian Lillard next year and blasey, but make this a youth movement. Fizdale, you have Clay to work with. No one's going to criticize you if you don't get a big-time free agent because you see KD's not here. Kyrie is in the clouds. The perfect time for you to put your head down and build your team. Give us a 2-3 year plan, and we'll wait for you in the place in 2-3 years, man. Like, you have time to build. You drafted well with Mitchell Robinson. Build your team from the ground up. No need to rush this process, man.
I'm with Guillermo, man. Appreciate the call, man. What's your thoughts, J.Ellis?
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea. I mean, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence on D'Lo. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the fence on D'Lo. I understand why some
I don't trust D'Lo, man. Sorry, I don't trust D'Lo, man.
I'm on the fence.
I don't trust him.
Like, I want to see if we're going to keep going with the kids and stuff. I want to see DSJ develops a jump shot. If you're just going to stay pat, you know what I mean? Instead of, like I said, trying to invest in another young guy who's going to need time to develop. But I don't blame him for wanting him, but I don't know if I'm all in on having a D'Lo.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of rather just try to develop DSJ, honestly. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure with D'Lo. He had a great year. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He had a great year. Very good year. Very good year. Bounce back year. Happy for him. I'm just not too sure. On his other points, I said that this morning on my IG, man. I just said, it just seems like with all these dominoes, with the Kyrie rumors to Brooklyn, with the complexities of an AD trade, and now with this KD stuff, it just makes me feel like we just need to be sticking to our plan. Don't agitate anything. Just keep building, and stay with it, man. And I'm all for it.
Now, how about Plan C? Right, we have Leonard, we have Kawhi. Plan C. Sign Kemba, right? Sign Kemba, keep our flexibility with the other max free agents, and then try to get AD next season.
Well, that all depends on if AD goes somewhere as a rental. So you have to hope that he doesn't go to the Lakers or he doesn't go to the Nets or
You think the Nets will be able to keep him?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just throwing a team out there who may potentially could keep him. Right. But you would have to hope he goes somewhere in a rental. That's the thing. You would have to hope he goes somewhere in a rental. Because if he goes to LA, forget about it. It's over.
If he goes to LA, forget about it.
It's over.
If he goes anywhere else, we have a shot.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Shout out to everybody in the chat once again. King Ellis checking in from Harlem. Logan Middleton, Austin, Texas. What's going on? Henry checking in from Annapolis, Maryland. What's going on, everybody? Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Let's go back to the phone, J.Ellis. We got a lot of people in here. Just keep it as quick as possible. We want to get as much people as we can in. JJ from Brooklyn's up next. He wants to talk about KD. He thinks he's damaged goods. JJ, how you feeling, bro?
Damn, man.
Yo, how you guys doing, man?
Good. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want KD, man, because you basically 2 years is down the drain. Next year he's done playing, and the following year it takes a year to get back up to speed. So that's already 2 years that you're not getting much. I'm not doing it. No way. I'm not signing him. I'd rather just tank, and not necessarily tank, but just build with the youth, man. Just even if we get another top 5 pick, so be it. We'll keep growing and getting better with the young kids, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, JJ, man. Appreciate the call. I mean, listen, he's not wrong, man.
No, he's not.
I feel like the way we've been going, things have been going so well right now, J.Ellis. I think we need to even if he were to bounce back and be 100%, it would be just our luck and typical Knicks for him to come and be terrible. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or re-injure himself or be 50% of the player that he was. I think that would just be the total Knick move, man. We got to remove all the bad juju, man. I know
Tommy Beer. He tweeted out some stats talk about the Dominique Wilkins injury.
Yeah, and I want to get to that. You know what? Thanks for bringing that up because I got the article right here. Okay. I got the article right here. So this is from SB Nation, and they wrote up an article that's basically stating, they cover past players and how they recovered from Achilles injury. So let's go through this real quick. DeMarcus Cousins. He injured his Achilles at 27. He was averaging 25 and 13 before the injury. After the injury, they said he returned to the court mid-January, averaging 16 and 8 in just under 26 minutes a game. Injured his quad in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, to me, Boogie's definitely not at his peak. But it's also a new team, and he also came in late. So I think Boogie's still TBD.
Right, yeah. Like, you can't really... That's hard to judge Boogie. It's not like he's the man either. Like, he didn't come out being the man. He came out being peace.
Right.
It's probably preferable anyway if you're coming out from an injury like that.
Yeah. Next up, Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay injured himself at age 30. Before the injury, he was averaging, scoring 19 points, career high efficiency figures with the Kings, averaged 34 minutes a game. After the injury, they say he experienced a renaissance, averaging 14.7 boards a game, career high scoring efficiency. He's not the same player he once was, but he's relatively quick. Recovery process, along with players like Wesley Matthews, show that Achilles rehab has quickened slightly from the 2000s.
Interesting.
So I guess they're saying here Rudy Gay is a slight success story. Next up, Wesley Matthews injured himself at 28. Before the injury, he was averaging more than 15 points, 57.5% true shooting percentage in Portland. He was a nice shooter in Portland.
All right.
After the injury, they say he's never been the same player. 2017-18 campaign is the best since the injury, but he never fully recovered. His full mobility and his two-point shooting remained well below his career numbers. We know that to be a fact, J.Ellis, because when we traded for him, he didn't hit one basket.
No, the game before, he lit us up like a Christmas.
Yeah, I was there. He lit us up. And then as soon as we traded for him, man, he did not. He was building a brick house.
That was not Achilles related. That was Knicks Uni related.
Yeah. Let's go through Mamba, Kobe. That's different. He injured himself at 34. He was already coming down. He was well past his prime. He was averaging 27.3. Kobe was different, though. Kobe was already on the downhill. So you didn't expect that. He was 34 at that time. Came in the league at 18, so he had tremendous mileage on him already. And they said he played 6, 35, and 66 games in the next 3 seasons before retiring averaging 19 points on 37% shooting. So Kobe was never the same. Anderson Varejao, he's washed either way. We don't care. Chauncey, he injured himself at 35. Like these are all tough because none of these players are the equivalent of Kevin Durant, except one Dominique Wilkins, and this is the one exception. Dominique injured himself at age 32. They say before the injury, he was a strange case. His injury happened nearly 25 years ago with similar examples since, but he was one of the league's most dominant scorers in his prime. After the injury, no player has ever scored to the same level that Wilkins did after a torn Achilles. Across Wilkins' next 2 seasons, he averaged 28 points, nearly 7 rebounds per game on 45% shooting. His numbers declined the next year, but Wilkins also turned 35, so it was eventually going to happen.
Man.
So, Dominique was like a subhuman anyway. You know what I mean? He was the human highlight reel. Like,
I don't know, like, what is Durant doing for his body that's going to, I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I don't know. We're not doctors. We have no idea. He could come back and be peak himself, but he could also come back and be terrible. And not terrible, but just not what he was. And if you factor in, the fact that he's 7 feet tall. Guillermo mentioned that foot injury that he had was a major injury, J.Ellis. That was a major injury.
Yeah,
and now
man.
On top of that, you're talking about Achilles injury?
The only reason why, like, I know it's the 7 feet tall thing is weird, but it's like when people have low weight in 7 feet, I give them a little bit more wiggle room because you figure the weight isn't going to really. I feel like when you're a heavy 7-footer, it's more of a risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, for sure.
He hasn't put on any weight since he's gotten in the league. So
yeah, yeah, that seems so, man. Seems so.
Exact same body frame, but you're right, dog. It's all a gamble at the end of the day. It's all a gamble. We really don't know. That's why I even said from the beginning of the show, I would have to put some type of injury language inside this contract. I'm not going full on. 5 years, 4 years. Here's everything. Like, nah, we have to protect ourselves.
We got to protect ourselves.
We are who we are.
Yeah. Facts. Back to the phone. Shout out to everybody in the chat once again. We got over 600 people watching. Hit that thumbs up. Let's break the record for likes on this video. We don't just say that for the sake of saying it. It helps promote the video and get more fans in here, and that's what we want. All right, next up, CP the artist. He wants to talk about KD's injury in the future. CP, how you doing, bro?
What up, guys? All right, real quick.
Yeah.
I was devastated last night. And I only got like 4 hours of sleep after it because I was just thinking about all the haters I'm gonna have to respond to today.
Man.
I don't think you take the chance on him, man. Just for the simple fact that if you do the research and everything like that, Achilles injury, as you guys just eloquently talked about, it's rare that somebody comes back 100%. And if you're concerned about keeping the youth movement, by the time he's 32 and he's healthy, he's going to be on a different timeline of the youth that we already got.
Right. So
it's like you might as well put your eggs into like maybe a superstar that is in this 25, 26 range, which would be Kawhi, and then hope for the best. And that's my basic opinion about it. And let's remember too, the last time we went after a superstar. Well, I take that back. Mm-hmm. We went after someone who had a good career up until he got injured, mm-hmm. and we gave him a big contract, and that was Joakim Noah. Not saying he's going to be a Joakim Noah, but I don't want to relive that again. Where he's 30.
I thought you was going stat. I thought you was going stat.
And then.
Yeah.
Was that stat?
I thought you was going.
I was going to go recent. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, man. I mean, J.Ellis, they appreciate the call, CP. They crushed him on Sunday, man, when he thought it was an Achilles injury, man. They crushed CP the artist, man, and I don't know if it was an Achilles injury before this injury in Game 5 or what, but that was yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're reporting strain. They're reporting strain. I'm not a doctor either, but all reports were saying he wouldn't be able to walk like that if it was
off that first injury.
Yeah.
Off the first injury.
It could have grown into an Achilles injury because he stressed whatever injury he had and it grew into something else.
Yeah.
Which is what people are saying. But I'm not a doctor, so it's all guessing for me.
Right. It's tough, man. Very, very tough. It's now people are trying to play the blame game. I'm not too sure, who deserves that, if it's the Warriors or if it's, some people are trying to say KD try to be the hero and try to, prove that, he could be that guy and bring his team back. I just think, listen, I think somehow he got cleared. I think everybody's to blame. The team should have been more precautionary. Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports claimed that he wasn't 100%. I mean, you're going to tell me the guy hadn't played in a month and you're going to have him do some light practice, some light shoot around, and then toss him into an elimination game on the road?
Man.
That's crazy.
Desperation, CP.
That's crazy.
Desperation. I've heard somebody say that the doctors specifically said that the injury couldn't get worse. So that was the first thing that I heard that was crazy.
Wow.
The second thing I heard that was crazy was, well, not even that crazy, but Jalen Rose was saying how horrible he looked when he practiced, and he felt like he shouldn't play. Then I also heard what you heard, where he didn't go through a full practice, and normally teams would have a player go through a full practice before playing a game like that, and that never happened because of the situation at hand. And he's pretty much practicing with coaches and stuff so they can rush his clearance and get him ready to play for this elimination game in Game 5. So
wow.
But that one detail is a huge like everybody fired detail.
Huge. Huge, man. Back to the phone. Oh, before we get back to the phones, we got to first of all shout out to everybody in here. Ian Begley is gonna be here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Come on, man. Where else are you getting this, J.Ellis?
Come on, CP.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Hit that thumbs up button for Ian Begley, man.
Beggs? Ian
Begley. That guy.
The timing for this, man. The timing for this.
Hey.
I need Ian right now, yo.
Listen, man.
What does Ian have to say? I need Ian.
He's going to have a lot to say, man. We got a lot of questions for him. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Ian Begley will be in the building. So make sure you guys are here on time. Hopefully no technical difficulties from YouTube.
Yo, please, YouTube guys, don't mess with us tomorrow.
Facts. Okay, back to the phones. Locksman from Charlotte, he says he still wants to go after KD. Locksman, how you feeling, bro?
Yo, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm all right. CP the man, yo. CP the man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
About this KD thing, man. I think the Knicks supposed to go after KD regardless, man. KD is a transcendent talent, and I think that where the Knicks are right now, even if he has to sit out a whole year, you sign KD. You sign him. And maybe go after Kemba. I've been watching Kemba his whole career in Charlotte, man. He would be a great second option to KD.
Okay.
I think
Locks, man, I'm gonna hang up and call back because your audio was real scratchy, man. I didn't want to keep that going. Just hang up and call back. Will from LI, you up next, man. What are you saying?
Yo, what up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
Good, man.
Listen, I have, first off, shout out to y'all because, you know, y'all just, the grinding just never stopped. Y'all had an emergency show in the morning, all this sort of stuff. Last night, after Katie went down, I went to my refrigerator, broke out the vodka, and I was like, this is going to be one of them nights. And then I'm looking on Twitter, hoping and praying to the basketball gods, like, no, please. And there it is. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
It's confirmed, an Achilles injury. Listen, no matter what, I don't know if you guys saw the Bleacher Report, 3 teams have already confirmed that they will offer Kevin Durant the max.
Yeah.
And not only that, they will not put in no type of injury provisions or anything like that. This is what I'm saying. If KD does not opt in to his last year of his deal, and he opts out, we go for it. Okay? Listen, I'm in the healthcare field. You know, I don't do it specifically in terms of like helping patients or whatever, but I'm telling you, the technology that's out there is absolutely nuts. And they will use the best technology on KD's Achilles, okay? Mm-hmm. This is what I say. If he opts out, you get KD. You don't go for that second free agent. This year's a write-off year. You use that money to sign veteran players to help the young cats develop faster, right? And then you bring KD back into the frame. Or if he stays in Golden State, which is probably the best-case scenario, and he still wants to come here after next year, you sign one free agent, whether that be a Kawhi, a Kemba, or something like that, and then you use the other money to do the exact same thing. And then once KD's able to come back and it all comes together. Listen, KD is you see it all the time. I think he's the best player in the NBA. I think he's better than LeBron. I think he's better than Kawhi. Like he was playing 70% yesterday. And then Kawhi didn't even know what to do with him. Okay.
Yeah. He was busting their ass, man, 100%.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's not just us. There's other teams that are offering him the exact same thing. It's like, I think this is when, if anything, it shows KD, listen, we trust in you. We have faith in you. We're going to roll the dice. If there was ever, I know we got bad luck, but we got to roll the dice. I'm going to just leave it on that. I'm going to let y'all go. But CP, J.Ellis, just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Like, if the opportunity comes, I don't... Talk everybody off the edge.
All right, appreciate it, Will. Appreciate it, Will.
I'm still on the edge myself, man.
Well,
I talk myself off first.
Well, you know what, though? I mean, I hear what you guys are saying, and you know, it's pretty much echoing your points as well, J.Ellis. At least, at least if it doesn't work out, I guess I've been so used to free agent deals not working out, but also at the same time having nothing to fall back on. So everything is just a mess. Everything is just chaos. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, you know, the downside of or the upside to a potential downside in him not fulfilling that contract is, yes, you would still have the young guys to build with. You still have your assets to move around with. You know, if you take an L on them, you take an L. Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Flexibility is beautiful, man.
Flexibility will be beautiful. Flexibility will be beautiful. Not bad.
Flexibility is, at the end of the day, still beautiful, man. Like, if it's not KD, I'm not sure how big or how likely this whole Kawhi thing is. Mm-hmm. But then it's Kawhi and Kemba in my mind up next.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, the interest is going to be there, but Kemba will ask Begley if the interest is mutual, because we haven't heard. We always heard just one-way streets. Knicks like Kemba, Knicks like Kemba. We don't know if Kemba likes the Knicks, and that's always been surprising to me.
The thing is, we don't know if Jordan likes Kemba.
Yeah, true.
Because if I'm like, because this is the thing, as much as Kemba wants to stay in Charlotte, if I'm a GM or I'm on the team, I'm putting it out. Don't even talk to my guy. I got him. I'm giving him the money. Like, I will put something out to let people know this ain't happening.
Yeah.
But you have heard radio silence from Jordan.
Radio silence from the GOAT.
Which makes me believe that Kemba, even though he wants to stay with Charlotte, is still in play.
Well, he's a poker player, man. You know MJ style, man. He's a poker player.
And he's also cheap.
Yeah, and he's also cheap. You know, not the best at personnel, but you know.
Yeah, how many? Like I said, how many Jordans have you seen on sale?
Yeah, he ain't even give Kemba a Jordan deal, or did he? I don't know what kind of shoes Kemba wearing these days. I don't know. I don't know.
Have you ever seen Jordans for $80? The guy likes his money.
Hey man, he's a billionaire for a reason, man.
The guy likes his money. All right.
He's a billionaire for a reason, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Anybody new, just leave us with a hashtag new, so we can shout you guys out, man. We got roughly 600 people on YouTube. J.Ellis, check out Facebook, man. We never show the Facebookies any love, or the Periscopers. It's been a minute. Listen, we're broadcasting on so many platforms. It's hard. You can't be perfect. That's why we want everybody on YouTube. If everybody came on YouTube, it would be much easier. All right, let's go back to the phones. We got a ton of calls. We're going to try to get through as much as we can. Just keep it brief. Just hit your comments, and we got to keep it moving. Let's go to the West Coast. Luke from L.A. thinks we should still sign KD. Luke, how you feeling, bro?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
So, firstly, just two things. One, I think the Anthony Davis trade, that's off the table for me. I don't want to even think about that.
I'm out.
And then I also don't think that we're going to get Kawhi Leonard in the offseason. That's just my thing. So I think we aim for Kevin Durant. First of all, I don't think Kevin Durant is done. I don't think he's the kind of player, because everyone's talking about how Kevin Durant's prime is going to, it's going to be kind of going off the table. I think Kevin Durant is one of those guys that is going to be able to play till he's 34, 35 at a very high level. I don't think that he just plateaus at the age of 32. Also, he's never been a guy he's an athlete, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's the kind of guy that just, plateaus at that level, because even yesterday you saw 11 points in, 12 minutes, and that was just from three. He's not a guy that relies on his athleticism, so I think he could recover from this pretty well. The other thing is, a lot of people are saying save the money, but my question for those people would be, and I agree, save as much money as you can, but for what and until how long? Because next year's free agency, there's not many people. What would be a Knicks move? We would sign Timofey Mozgov in the 2020 offseason, because that's what we got. I don't know how many people are there.
The
last thing is, I don't.
Yeah, go ahead, Luke. Go ahead. Finish your comment.
No, just really quick. I don't think that this would end the youth movement at all. Especially if he's taking a year off. And if he's there with guys like Kevin Knox, who he looked up to his whole life, R.J. Barrett, and Mitchell Robinson, people like that, I think that only improves the youth movement, because he's teaching them things. And I don't know. I think it improves the youth movement overall, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay. Appreciate the call. Luke, J.Ellis, what's your takes?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know how much he's going to be on the court to be teaching. I feel like he's going to be pretty much focused on rehabbing. I would think on that front. Whether KD will be that good at 34, 35, this is a crapshoot, dog. This is all a gamble for me. I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah.
I have no clue. It can go either way, man. Like I said, it can go either way. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I'm trying to relaunch my chat up on the stream, but yeah, no, I hear you. It could really go either way, man.
And shoot, I forgot. He mentioned something else that I can't remember. I had a point that I forgot.
It's all good.
Happens sometimes, CP.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. It's getting late. All right, next call. Let's go down south. Let's go to Orlando. Freddie from Orlando. He wants to talk about the free agency plans. Freddie, how you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, just wanted to say I'm going to keep it brief. After watching the game last night, I was, holding on to my heart when I saw KD go down. But then when I heard the news of his Achilles, that's why I was just thinking all these negative thoughts, and I couldn't even sleep that well last night. Because you know how the Knicks are, like whatever could go wrong does go wrong.
That's right.
And I just felt bad for him as well at the same time. You know what I mean? So I knew like those were the chances of the Knicks just went out the window. Then this morning I saw your Instagram story, CP, and you were saying how there's so many things on the road, like Kyrie Irving, who was originally supposed to, according to many sources, come here, and then he started changing his mind to the Nets, and then the trade to AD, was just way more complicated than what people thought, and just based on how we have to gut the roster and how many, and just the salary cap and how we're going to match it. And now this injury with KD, it could be a blessing in disguise. And after hearing that, it makes a lot of sense. And I just want to say I agree with you on that one, because viewing it like that, you know, usually when things are meant for you, a lot of times things go pretty smoothly. But when things aren't for you, there's so many things in the way, and so many things just is stopping you from accomplishing what you want. And there's just everywhere you turn, everywhere you look for the Knicks, there's always like something on the road just stopping us from doing this. And I just think that we have a great youth, and we just need to focus on that and just keep on developing them, especially if we get RJ. I'm very high on RJ since before he started in Duke, because I live a few minutes from Mount Vert, where he played high school in, and I knew he was going to be special. So I was very high on him from the beginning.
Okay.
Also, have you seen him play when you scouting him over there back then when he's in high school?
Yeah, I saw him play one game. I mean, where Ben Simmons played and all that stuff. So I knew like the impact he had was kind of like a Ben Simmons impact, not in the same style of play, but like just the way the whole town and the city was feeling. They felt that type of energy with him as well.
Okay, good insights, Freddie. Appreciate the call, man. Please call back again. It's good stuff.
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
Freddie from Orlando. Let's go to shout out everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I think the chat warrior said we're about 133 likes. Let's get to 200. Can we get to 200 before the show's over? Let's see here. Let's go to. Oh, we haven't heard from Delano in a minute. Our good buddy Delano wants to weigh in. Delano, how you feeling, man?
I'm doing good. How y'all feeling?
Good, bro.
You good, man?
How you feeling tonight, man?
Hanging in there. Much better than last night.
Man. Hey, listen, yeah, I hear you. Listen, I wanted to first just say how much I appreciate, you going live this morning and, reassuring the fans. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it was devastating. And, of course, I know everybody in the back of their mind had the whole, what happens next kind of, situation. And it was a good, it was good positive support, you know what I'm saying? Not only, for one, to have patience, you know what I'm saying, to live with that level of patience, but also just to, kind of trust the movement, trust that, Scott Perry and Steve Mills are going to do their due diligence to make sure that the Knicks are successful going forward. Whether that is going for Kevin Durant, maybe passing on Kevin Durant, looking at somebody else. Me personally, I feel like he's worth it to shoot his shot, as far as free agency goes. I think we should still make an offer to him. Is he worth the max? Maybe, maybe not, because you never know what the bounce back is going to be. But I would definitely put some insurance. I would definitely put some clauses in the contract, the same way that the Philly did with Joel Embiid. Because what you don't want to do is hamper all your money into a guy that essentially might not play again. At least again, or it could be a reoccurring injury to the point where every season you just shortening your seasons due to the same problem. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely want to put some kind of incentives in there for him going forward. As far as who to target behind them, Kawhi, of course, makes a lot of sense, but I haven't heard anything outside of him taking a meeting with us, and that was it. Yeah. His whole thing has been the destination LA, or the possibility of staying in Toronto. He's shown no indication, even though he doesn't really speak at all.
Right.
So you don't know what his mindset really is.
Right.
But all signs seem to point towards either staying in Toronto or going to LA, and that's kind of been it. Taking a meeting is just just as far as giving him, giving everybody an opportunity to, to make their offer. But I think he already got his mind made up either way. One of those two are final destinations for him. I don't know who. Of course, the Knicks youth movement is the most important thing. You want to get the right pieces, because despite who we bring in as a superstar, you got to have a good supporting cast. Yeah. And I don't know if DSJ is the right point guard or not. Maybe he's one of them guys that if you give him conditioning, good coaching, he might be able to turn it around. Maybe he's not the guy, and, we can revisit a trade scenario. But the most important thing is we do need a floor general. as something that I've always said
badly
has been our problem as of late. So with that in mind, R.J. Barrett, I'm not sold on him. He has a lot of upside, but at some point, potential got to equal production, and that's always been my mindset towards that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't keep talking about a guy's potential, and he hasn't shown you anything but potential. You got to give him something at some point, you know. So, I wouldn't mind him or John Morant. You know, Jarrett Culver looks like a good piece, but I mean, you know, that's not. I don't think he's really. I don't know what his game will translate to in the league, and you haven't heard much about upside or potential of any kind with him. You know, you just kind of hope, you know, that he does something in the league, and you know that's kind of scary when you're talking about drafting number 3.
Right.
So I don't know if he's worth the gamble, you know, with such a high pick. But you know, again, I'm trusting Steve Mills and Scott Perry doing their due diligence. And, you know, thank you again for what you guys do. You know, it's very much appreciated. And I'll be in tomorrow when y'all chop it up with Ian Begley. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody have a good night.
Delano, appreciate it, man. I haven't heard from Delano in a minute, J.Ellis. What's your takes?
Oh man. Where do we start?
Well, I mean, basically, you know, he's with the KD move. You know, he's with the KD move. His points on DSJ are well taken. We do need a floor general. But look, I mean, these kids are so young, man. DSJ going into his 3rd year. Kevin Knox 2nd year. Mitch 2nd year. ISO 2nd year.
Yeah.
What you think?
You know what DSJ, man, is like. I feel like when he first got here, I kind of felt like he ran the team a little better than I thought he would. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of time on the floor general aspect of his game. I feel like he'll look a lot better when there's guys around him who can shoot a jump shot consistently. So I noticed him penetrating and kicking all very well when he came to the Knicks, and a lot of guys were just flat out messing up his assist rate.
Right.
Yeah. So that's for one.
Right.
2, I would hope. Like, I'm not sold on DSJ yet, just because of his jump shooting. But I also watched. I just finished watching Emmanuel Mudiay become a decent jump shooter over last season. So,
fair enough. Had a good field goal percentage.
Able to do that with him. Maybe he'll be able to do that with DSJ as well. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. And that pretty much goes for everybody on this roster who's young and still developing. We have a development staff here who seems to be pretty good, and so maybe with time these guys will start to get their stuff together.
Good point. Well said, man. Well said. Yeah, you never know. Maybe with a talent influx, you see DSJ's game also rise.
Yeah.
You know. But to me, he's got to get in shape. He's got to get his mind right as well. I think those are 2 of the most critical things for his development. You know, jumpers, you could always work on your jumpers, but if you're not dedicated to keeping your body right and dedicating yourself to the game, he'll never reach his full potential.
Yeah.
You know,
Steph Curry,
Yeah,
Steph Curry, because he puts in the work, man. He runs around 300 screens a game.
Put in the work.
And still throws up a shot in perfect form every time.
Got to put in the work, man. Salute to everybody in the chat watching. Once again, this is Off Season Central, a Knicks post-game live edition. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man J.Ellis from Knick of Time Show. I see over 600 people watching. A lot of you guys got to be new, and if you are new, this is what we do. We go live after every game, Summer League preseason, during the season, hopefully playoffs, and every major event off the off season, whether it's the draft, whether it's free agency like we're doing right now. So this is what we do. We come together as fans. You heard from a lot of fans tonight on the phones. You see a lot of fans going in on the chats. A lot of people have a lot to say. It's a very important off season. Yeah. What else? Ian Begley tomorrow night, Wednesday night.
Come on, CP.
Let's go. Ian Begley on the way, J.Ellis. We told him we were gonna deliver. We had Mark Berman on the line giving us his thoughts a couple weeks ago. Ian Begley's on the way, and we got a couple more on the way as well. What else? Draft. If anybody going to the draft, you guys are going to the draft, man, pull up on us. We're going to be going live outside of Barclays Center. J.Ellis, Knicks Fan TV Dave will be in the building. We're going to be outside of Barclays and inside, giving you guys the behind-the-scenes look at the draft, man. So we're going to be there as well. Looking forward to that. And then afterwards, we're having a draft watch party with our crew, Knicks Film School, Posting, Toasting, Locked On Knicks, Hard Knicks Life, and Gotham Sports Network. We'll be over back at Slattery's where we did the lottery watch party as well. So busy day next Thursday, man. Busy day next Thursday.
Very, very busy day. Also check out Knicks Fan TV Day's first article on the Knicks.
Oh yeah. Put that, throw that up in the chat, man. Throw that up in the chat. Knicks Fan TV Dave making his journalistic debut on the NickOfTimeShow.com. It's a good article, man. I was reading that on the train. I forgot to mention that. Good stuff, J.Ellis, for mentioning that. Definitely good stuff for mentioning that, man.
Yeah, man. He's a good writer, man.
Yeah.
Got some stuff. So shout out to Dave, man. Good work. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you. I'm gonna put the link in my description right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and when you do, somebody from your chat, if you could post it in my chat as well. Let's everybody give Knicks Fan TV Dave a salute. Shout out Dave on his debut, and make sure you're supporting his work as well. All right, let's go to 2 more calls, and then we'll wrap up. Ari's up next. Ari hit me up on the gram. He said, "Yo, man, I'm down and out about this. I gotta call in." Ari, how you feeling, man? Let us know, man.
Good, bro.
Is this the suicide helpline? Oh my God, man!
This is Knicks therapy, man.
What a disaster! Oof. This is bad, man. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been this down as a Knicks fan since the Patrick Ewing finger roll. To be honest with you, that's how down I am right now.
It's tough, Ari, man. It's tough.
This is very tough. This is very tough. But you know, I was telling CP, I actually tore my Achilles, man. So I know what this kind of injury is like. I used to play ball also before this, and it is the worst injury for basketball because that's like your first step. All your movements require you putting pressure on like your ankle, like to like kind of get like explosiveness. For me personally, I never came. I don't have like world class treatments, but it definitely slowed me down. It feels kind of like you're riding on like a flat tire. You know what I mean? But you know, I think Kevin Durant is so good at basketball that even him never being the same again is still worth a shot to take him. And the reason being because our team is so young that we're not going to win anything for 4 years anyway. So by then, if we don't win anything anyway, his deal will be done by then anyway. So I just, you know, what I would personally do is I would take it. First of all, he's definitely not going to sign any injury contingency contract. Like, if anything, he'll just opt into his deal with the Warriors, get that guaranteed money, and then once he's rehabbed, sign a regular max deal. Like, you know what I mean? So it's either we sign him now or he opts in. And personally, you know, I would do it because I think he's that good. The only other option you have, I guess, is to use that salary cap space to take on bad contracts and attach assets to them so you can, like, acquire more assets. You know what I mean? Like, for example, you have to spend 90% of your salary cap no matter what. So if we take on a bad contract like Chandler Parsons or something like that, like a horrible contract, we could probably get like a first-round pick out of it also. You know what I mean?
Ironically, Mozgov.
What I would do is
you said Mozgov is available.
Ironically,
we gotta right our wrongs and bring Timmy back.
Yeah. Tim Mozgov back.
No, Timmy.
No, not that Timmy. Not the Timmy that you hate. The Timmy Mozgov.
Oh, Timmy Mozgov.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, fair enough. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like I feel like that's what I would do. Like, you're not like, even if we got, like, I'm assuming we're not going to get Kawhi Leonard. So like, even if you got Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler, let's say, it's not going to win you a championship. You know what I mean? So I feel like you roll the dice on Kevin Durant, right? And then use the other max salary slot to take on a bad contract, get an extra asset, and then, you know, that's it. You know, it's the best of the bad situation. You know what I mean? last night just assured that we're not going to win anything for 4 years. So I don't know. That's just my take.
All right, appreciate the call, Ari. I think it's similar opinions. A lot of people carry that similar opinion. It's like, if he's gonna be rehabbing anyway, do it while we build. Yeah, you sign him. You take a chance on him. Let the young boys grow again.
Yeah,
maybe you get another asset with the rest of the cap space.
Yeah, exactly what I said earlier.
wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst idea.
Wouldn't be the worst idea. I'm still leery of it, but because we have that backup plan with the youth and more flexibility, it's not the worst. It wouldn't be the worst if we did.
Yeah, it's almost like you're stashing stock and hoping it comes back to you later. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
We're hoping we kind of pretty much punting this year. We're stashing stock. We'll see if we can cash in 2 years, 3 years from now.
Yeah.
And who knows what the youth movement can do in a year or two.
I hear the other side of things, man, but I'm still kind of like, damn.
I understand.
It's just that bad juju, man. We got to get away from that bad juju, man. We got to get away of our ways of the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. It's not exactly the way, you know?
That's what I'm saying. It's a little bit of a caveat there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right, last call of the night. Let's see where we want to go. And shout out to everybody for calling in, man. Listen, we got like probably 25 calls on the line. We just can't stay that long. Tomorrow night, we got Ian Begley coming. We got another show coming tomorrow night. So there will be opportunities. I'm trying to mix it up, get some new people in here. Let's go to Cincinnati. Let's go to Cincinnati. Arthur from Cincinnati's on. He wants to talk about the draft and potentially trading for the Atlanta picks. Arthur, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, bro. How you feeling, man?
Good,
how y'all
doing? Good, man. What's going on?
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I got a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask y'all first, like you said about the draft. Atlanta at the 8 and the 10. Is it a good idea to go ahead and trade down, get them 2 picks?
Who do you like? Who do you like at 8 and 10?
I'd rather stick with the 3. I really don't know. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, the way this draft is going to work, you really don't know who's going to end up anywhere. You know what I mean? You know who's going to go number 1. But besides that, I mean, it's a Rubik's Cube for real. Like, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And the other thing I got to ask, too.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The other point I got, too, is that, like, the Knicks are still going to get KD. They're still going to put the money up. They're still going to get it. Because I'm going to tell you something. We already had people in the past that already got hurt, and they already paid them. You feel me? They sit out for a year, year and a half, whatever. You got Stoudemire, JP, Melo. I mean, even Marbury, when his ass didn't want to play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they going to throw the money at it. And they should.
I'm sure.
That's my opinion.
I'm sure. Okay.
Because, now, technology, the way it is, they're going to get him right. It's going to take time. They ain't going to throw him in a finals elimination game.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to let him get well, get right. And I think everything will be all right. I think, like I said, he's still young. He's still worth it. He's still worth it. To me, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, appreciate the call, Arthur, man. Definitely sound like you're a new caller, man. So definitely call back. Appreciate it, man. In terms of his topics on the draft, I'm not trading down. I don't see NBA draft trading down like NFL draft trading down. If you got a prospect at 3 that you like and you feel like he could be a star, you take him. You know what I mean? We need impact players in the draft. You know what I'm saying? We need depth too, but we need impact players. And I'm not saying 8 and 10 you're not gonna get that. Of course you can. But in this draft, and what's known to be a draft with not a lot of depth, J.Ellis, I'm going with the best. You know what I mean? Instead of taking that chance.
Yeah, unless you feel really strongly about a player that low, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of knows who I like already, but everybody knows I like Garland, and I seen him canoodling with LeBron and them. So who knows where he's gonna get picked?
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, I wouldn't trade down. I might trade down for Garland though. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to trade, man. I don't want to trade. But J.Ellis, let's get out of here, man. Wrap up.
All right. So listen, man. You can find me on YouTube, as you know, youtube.com/NiggaTimeShow. Hit subscribe, hit the subscribe button, join the channel, join the fun on, man. I'm not only part of this cool show called Post Game Live, but I also have another show called The Nigga Time Show, one with me and my friends. And yeah, so definitely check that show out. We're on a summer schedule now, but we will be back to normal schedule when the season starts. And also, if you're trying to write and you want to write about the Knicks, hit me up. If you're very serious, if you're not serious, don't hit me up, because I'm not giving you a second shot. And yeah, that's it. And then if you want to check the podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Google those platforms too. I'm on those too. That's it. Back to you, CP.
Yes, sir. Good show, J.Ellis. Great job as usual, my dude. And salute to everybody that joined us, man. We had some technical difficulties earlier. The 8 o'clock show they wouldn't let us be great on YouTube, but you know what? We bounced back 10 p.m. We had over 600 people on YouTube, some more on Facebook. Shout out to Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, all you guys, man. Ian Begley tomorrow night, Wednesday. Make sure you tune in. On your way out, please hit that like button. Hit that like button, very important. Share these videos. If you want to join the Twitter group and the Discord group, share this video right now on Twitter with the hashtag PostGameNYK, and we will get you in the group chat so we can continue the conversation. Knicks Fan TV merch in the video description below. Podcast links, audio versions of the show. If you're at work tomorrow, you don't want to burn your battery out, you can't watch YouTube because your boss will fire you. Listen though, in the audio, it's all on the audio. It'll be up as soon as tomorrow morning. You can catch up and catch along, man. So once again, we'll check you guys tomorrow. Gary Singh, appreciate it. TM, thanks for your help, man. Mike Powell, always a pleasure. He says, get me a wrench. He wants to be a mod. Salute to everybody that called in. Ari, man, to get some sleep, Ari. It'll be all right. The Shells, I appreciate it. Knicks 1904, appreciate it. JL, who you got in your chats, man?
Oh man, I got Cody Emmanuel here holding it down. Also one of the #1 Kill TV show fans. Otherwise, what's going on? Mark Swift. I saw Kirk Williams in here earlier. Also one, and Will from LI, of course, always holding me down.
Will from LI, man. That's our guy, man.
Yeah, that's definitely our guy.
Yes, sir.
Ivan Eagle 3. A lot of people I haven't really seen. Goonies.
Yes, sir.
Adrian Burnett. Full house today, man. Michael Moss.
Yeah, man.
Pocket Rockets. This goes on. House Flan.
Okay. Forgot to shout out our guy Michael Parker sent us a super chat earlier, man. He says,
shout out, Mike.
Has the extent of the injury been announced? Not yet. We're still waiting on the results of the MRI. So shout out Michael Parker for the super chat. We also had a super chat from Phil. He says 80 and Kawhi or continue building. Okay.
Oh, let me shout out to Facebook real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah, so let's show Facebook some love, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Paul Valentine, Ronaldo Malanado, Winston Manny. What's going on, guys? Rodolfo John, Rodarius, Hargrove, Nestor, Alabasbus.
Salute everybody, man.
Salute all you guys, man. Thanks for checking out.
Absolutely. So once again, hit that thumbs up on the way out and share these videos all over social media, man. We want to see more of you guys back in here. I want to see 1,000 people tomorrow, man. Everybody in here, just put that out there on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you do your social media. Share these videos and tell your fellow Knicks fans that we need them in here tomorrow night, man. So hit that thumbs up button and we'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.